Hey guys, DVSGames here. Welcome to another video. So today we're going to be taking on the Assassin's Creed collab dungeon. We've already taken on weeks 1 through 3, and we've used the assassins that they give us with a Fran or a Veramos or an Elsharion, something along the lines that is a farmable unit that you can keep and use. This time we're going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to take 4-star monsters, 3-star monsters, and we're not going to use any of the assassins. So I figure Kaki is one that everybody has. Great monster. Amazing unit. The twins haven't seen love in a long time, so we're going to go ahead and bring in Shayna and Sabrina. And we'll bring in Fran because she gives us an attack buff and immunity. This looks good. Attack power as a lead skill is very good. And we're just going to try to auto the entire thing. Now, honestly, Shayna's AI is not the best. It would be great if she used skill 2 whenever she had it. She doesn't. And once we get into the harder levels, we might actually have to target. We're gonna have to target down the bosses, just so that they all focus. As far as loot goes, we are not gonna be looking for things that are gonna be boosting the Brotherhood. Basically, because sometimes you need 2 assassins, or sometimes it gives you a bonus based on each assassin in your team, or it requires you to have a full team of assassins. Instead, we're going to be looking for things like speed, crit rate, crit damage, attack, some HP, some defense. Basically, anything that'll give us a boost for all of our allies as opposed to just our Brotherhood allies. Now, sometimes you'll find an option in all 3 spots. Sometimes you'll only find one option. And sometimes you might actually find no options. As you can see, this is really good if you have Sign of the Assassin, and you have to find Sign of the Assassin. But if you find it, it's a great to have. If you don't get Sign of the Assassin, you actually don't get the bonuses at all. So keep that in mind when you're looking for your loots. Now we are on normal, so we're not really worried about the damage that the opponents are going to be doing. I don't think any of them can actually kill us at this point. But either way, want to be careful, and you want to just play through it. If you need to quit, make sure that you end the round before you are defeated. That way you can actually retain all your units and you don't have to worry about reviving any of them. So I forgot, I actually didn't show you guys the runes. Here's the Shayna. She's on Fatal Destroy. As you can see, she doesn't have a whole lot of crit rate, only at 59. But she's on speed, crit damage, attack. 1, 3, and 5 look like so. Artifacts are only at plus 12. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to take a better look at stats. Here's the Sabrina on speed, crit damage, attack. 1, 3, and 5 look like so. Things need to be grinded. Artifacts are only plus 12. Here's the Kaki. He, I believe, is on HP, defense, attack. No, HP, attack, defense. And here's his 1, 3, and 5. And his artifacts also at 12. My Fran, you've seen her before. She's in a lot of my videos. She's on Violent Revenge as well. Speed, HP. Here's her 1, 3, and 5. Here's her artifacts. And this is the team that I'm using. I do plan on using it for the majority of the fights. I will have to switch out the Kaki in specific stages where there's a heavy fire presence that the water Onimusha would do better. Suiki, I have him built for siege stuff, and yeah, we'll show him a little bit later on. As I said, we're in normal, so normal's not really an issue. We can auto through all of normal. That's not a problem. Pretty sure we can auto through all of hard, and I'm about 90% sure that we can auto through all of hell. We might have to stop and go back, or we might have to make a change to our lineup, and based on that, that might actually give us a different outcome. But as you can see here, if Shayna would actually use her skill 2 right off the bat, I think that it would be so much more impactful. So this curse symbol here on the left, I really think it's probably the best loot that you can get. It gives branding from any of your monsters, and branding is amazing. Yeah, so here we got the water boss. We'll just go ahead and put Suiki in. He's on attack HP, I believe. No, attack HP. Violet Nemesis. And here's his 1, 3, and 5. Here's his artifacts. He's actually all maxed out. It's kind of funny because I really only use him in 2 siege teams and world boss. But either way, works out well. Here you can see we get the brand on, and that makes short work of this boss. Now, without an assassin, you do not get the cool cinematic cutscene that you get. So the boss still dies, still kneels over, falls on his face, but nobody assassinates him with the killing strike. Golden Hourglass, another amazing loot, reduces your cooldowns by up to 2 turns, I believe it is, to no lower than 2 turns. So still pretty good. For this, we'll just go ahead and keep Suiki in. He can work through for quite a bit. I mean, we get the defense breaks from the Shayna and Sabrina, and he just gives us another defense break, another AoE. So yeah, should be worth keeping in. Obviously, this stage is going to be a little bit hard. There's a lot of invincibility, but we really don't have to worry about it. It's more just a matter of waiting for it to wear off, and then you kill. And against Kali, it's pretty simple. We have a very water heavy team. Very easy to just go ahead and kill. I think this is one of those times where I told you, you don't get really a choice. They're all bad because we're not using assassins. So I just picked one that would be good if we happen to have to use an assassin. We end up losing monsters and we need to use an assassin in there. We can definitely use that. Now again, because it's on hard, not hell yet. Stages are pretty simple. Target the boss, easy kill. Here's Hood of the Assassin. I do know sometime later on you need Hood of the Assassin to coincide with another one of your loots. But I didn't pick it up here. I figured the other one was probably better. And here, it's really just a matter of fighting through and actually killing things. It's going to take a little while, but we do have heals, so we're fine. Another loot that I think is really amazing is the... I'm not exactly sure what the name of it is, but it's the one that gives you the vampire effect on your monsters. Anytime that your monster deals damage, you gain X amount of life back from the damage dealt. And I think it's really useful in this dungeon content theme. I like it. I think that it opens up another spot for you to have a more aggressive type healer. Like if you have something that would kind of be more along the lines of maybe like a Juno. Here's that sign of the assassin that we were looking for earlier. Definitely worthwhile. We're going to pick it up here. So now we've activated that other loot that we picked up. So now it's not just dead loot sitting in our inventory, because I mean technically you don't get anything from it, but it does take up a slot. If you would have had somewhere else that you would have picked up, you would have definitely been able to use it. These Montus kind of scared me because I thought after the first one for Sabrina, I thought the other one was gonna follow, especially since he hit such a low number, but he didn't. And here you can see with Zarath, we target him and we took him down in 2 hits. Edge of the Assassin does require the Hood of the Assassin, but since we didn't pick up the Hood of the Assassin, we went ahead and grabbed the other loot. Now here, could be an issue if everybody decided to target the Shayna, mainly because of the fact that she doesn't really have a lot of stats. She's really squishy. But aside from that, we should be alright. If our Suiki gets targeted, he's pretty tanky. He can take a couple hits. If our Sabrina gets targeted, well, she's not so tanky. So she has a little bit of tank on her, but not a whole lot. Definitely she can go down. In this particular stage, Shayna on hell, if we run into the stage, Shayna definitely needs to have her skill 2 at that very start of that last piece of the last fight. So here we got the Fire Boss. Now, remember last week we dealt with Fire Boss, and he was kind of a pain to kill. He cleanses every turn. So we're going to bring in Crow, and he's on Rage, Fight, Attack, Crit Damage, Attack. Didn't max out that room. This is the Crow one of the Crows that I use in my GB12 team. I used 2 of them. And as you can see, I messed up. Should have targeted the boss right away. Yeah, not a big deal. Get a little bit of damage in at a time. And again, shorter animation. Still think it's pretty cool. But clearing hard gets you 5 mystical scrolls. And that's worthwhile, in my opinion. Going into hell, that means that we still have the wind boss left. And so obviously we're going to take the wind assassin in case we have to use her. We don't want to be holding a water assassin against him. You saw the squeaky runes earlier, so I'm just going to go ahead and put them up here again. And I think at this point you guys get the concept of the team, how it works, what it does, what it doesn't do. I thought it was really nice to be able to bring back the twins in 2023. They really don't get a lot of love anymore. So I really wanted to have some kind of content when they're in it that isn't, basically Necro. Here you definitely want to target one of the Arnolds down, because if they are able to extort you back to back, you're dead. There's no way you can survive that. But after you get one down, go ahead and focus on the main boss. Here doesn't really matter, so we'll just go ahead and take the manual. Manual works if you have multiple assassins on your squad, so can be helpful. For this, as you can see, it's still on auto. Not full auto anymore though, because I have started targeting bosses. I have started targeting specific enemies. This could definitely be a problem because you've got the Platy that can revive, and obviously the Samurai can definitely take down the wind units, Sabrina in particular. Here I can see this being really annoying because there's a full cleanse and heal, and here we're going to have debuff transfers and increased cool times. But not a problem. We can get through it without issue. And here, taking just again basic loot that's going to affect allies, not Brotherhood members. And now this one, I don't see this one being a problem. This is just going to be time consuming. You're going to have auto revives. Buff extension coming from the Michelles. And, yeah. Fran also decides that she doesn't want to use her skill 3 when it's most opportune. Or not her skill 3, I'm sorry, her skill 2. Sometimes her skill 3 too, actually, I've noticed. She tends to want to be more aggressive and decide to take the fight to the enemy units. This could be annoying if you're not really paying attention. Basically because there's so many revives on this team. There's one revive. So I killed the Vanessa that revived him. And then after that, I went ahead and killed the other Vanessa. And then, yeah, the game kind of just took its course. Alright, we have nobody dead, so we'll go ahead and go to the normal stage. I mean, if you really just want to clear, you could have gone through the revival stage. It's basically, you don't get any loot, but you don't have to fight anybody either, so I guess depending how you want to play the game, that could definitely be an option. And I mean, well, just like I had hoped for, looks like we've been able to do all of it so far on normal. Or I'm sorry, on manual. Wow, I'm sorry, I'm very, very tired, guys. We've been able to do all of it on auto. We have had to target down some of the bosses, so it's not full auto. Here, a matter of letting the immunity wear out, but shouldn't be an issue. As I said, we have the healing from Fran, so we'll be alright to keep everybody topped off while we take him out. And final normal stage. Again, super simple. For this stage in particular, you might want to take out the Isolins first. Preferably whoever is not stunned, you would want to target them. Because they only counter attack when you hit them, not when you hit their friends. Or I'm sorry, they only attack when you hit their friends, not when you hit them. So if they're stunned, hit their friends. For this part, it's just a matter of killing them one at a time, over and over and over again. Not very difficult. And here, sure. Now going into the wind boss, we're gonna bring our crow back. Still the same one that you saw earlier, fatal or rage fight. And we're gonna go ahead and target the boss. We got the defense break and the brand, the attack buff. We lost our Sabrina. Oh well. And here we'll finish off with Crow. Final boss down. Awesome. This time around we're getting a 6-star rune. I'm gonna go ahead and roll it. And just like that, you see this is what we pulled. I think I can use this. What did yours roll like? Let me know in the comments below, man.